Baruch haba, and welcome to another Torah portion reading. Our Torah portion today or this week is Kadoshim, which means holy in the plural sense. And it is Leviticus 19, verse 1 through chapter 20, verse 27. And before we get started, since there are 20 Ani Yahovahs or I am Yahovah, some of these have Elohecha, which is second person singular, or Elohim, the second person plural of your God. That's why I like to say it in the Hebrew, because sometimes he's speaking to you personally, and sometimes he's speaking to you as plural, like y'all, in other words. So, Elohecha, if it ends with a cha, it's singular, talking directly to you. Or if it's Elohim with a mem on the end, it's speaking to you plus all your fellows or women. So that's just a quick recap on the singular or plural. All right, and let us get started. In Leviticus 19, verse 1, and Yahovah spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say to them, You shall be holy. Kadoshim. You shall Alechem Kadoshim. You shall be holy. For I, Yahovah Elohim, plural, am holy. Your God, Elohim. Every one of you shall fear or revere his mother and his father, and keep my Sabbaths. Ani, Yahovah Elohim, plural again. Do not turn to idols, nor make for yourselves molded gods. Ani, Yahovah Elohim. I am Yahovah, your Elohim. And if you offer a sacrifice of a peace offering to Yahovah, you shall offer it of your own free will. It shall be eaten the same day you offer it, and on the next day. And if any remains until the third day, it shall be burned in the fire. And if it is eaten at all on the third day, it is an abomination. It shall not be accepted. Therefore, who eats it shall bear his iniquity, because he has profaned the hallowed of Yahovah, and that person shall be cut off from his people. When you reap the harvest of your land, you shall not wholly reap the corners of your field, nor shall you gather the gleanings of your harvest. And you shall not glean your vineyard, nor shall you gather every grape of your vineyard. You shall leave them for the poor and the stranger. Ani Yahovah Elohim. You shall not steal, nor deal falsely, nor lie to one another, and you shall not swear by my name falsely, nor shall you profane the name of Elohecha. Ani, Yahovah. You shall not cheat your neighbor, nor rob him. The wages of him who is hired shall not remain with you all night until morning. You shall not curse the deaf, nor put a stumbling block before the blind, but shall fear Elohecha, Ani Yahovah. You shall do no injustice in judgment. You shall not be partial to the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty. In righteousness you shall judge your neighbor. You shall not go about as a talebearer among your people, nor shall you take a stand against the life of your neighbor. Ani Yahovah. You shall not hate your brother in your heart. You shall surely rebuke your neighbor, and not bear sin because of him. You shall not take vengeance, nor bear any grudge against the children of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. Ani Yahovah. Ve'ahavta l're'acha kamocha. Ve'ahavta l're'acha kamocha. I say that at the end of the Shema each time, because it's when Yeshua was saying what the first and second commandments are. He said, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. That's the second commandment. Ve'ahavta l're'acha kamocha. So, you shall keep my statutes. You shall not let your livestock breed with another kind. You shall not sow your field with mixed seed, nor shall a garment of mixed linen and wool come upon you. Whoever lies carnally with a woman who is betrothed to a man is a concubine, and who has not at all been redeemed, nor given her freedom. For this there shall be scourging, but they shall not be put to death, because she was not free. And he shall bring his trespass offering to Yahovah to the door of the tabernacle of meeting, a ram as a trespass offering. The priest shall make atonement for him with the ram of the trespass offering before Yahovah for his sin which he has committed. And the sin which he has committed shall be forgiven him. When you come into the land and have planted all kinds of trees for food, then you shall count their fruit as uncircumcised. 3 years it shall be as uncircumcised to you. It shall not be eaten. But in the 4th year all its fruit shall be holy, a praise to Yahovah. And in the 5th year you may eat its fruit, that it may yield to you its increase. Ani Yahovah Elohechem. You shall not eat anything with the blood, nor shall you practice divination or soothsaying. You shall not shave around the sides of your sides of your head, nor shall you disfigure the edges of your beard. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor tattoo any marks on you. Ani Yahovah. Do not prostitute your daughter, to cause her to be a harlot, lest the land fall into harlotry, and the land become full of wickedness. You shall keep my Sabbaths, and reverence my sanctuary. Ani Yahovah. Give no regard to mediums and familiar spirits. Do not seek after them, to be defiled by them. Ani Yahovah Elohechem. You shall rise before the gray-headed, and honor the presence of an old man, and fear Elohecha. Fear Elohecha. Ani Yahovah. And if a stranger dwells with you in your land, you shall not mistreat him. The stranger who dwells among you shall be to you as one born among you, and you shall love him as yourself, for you were strangers in the land of Mitzrayim. Ani Yahovah Elohechem. You shall do no injustice in judgment, in measurement of length, weight, or volume. You shall have honest scales, honest weights, an honest ephah, and an honest hin. Ani Yahovah Elohechem, who brought you out of the land of Mitzrayim. Therefore you shall observe all my statutes and all my judgments, and perform them. Ani Yahovah. Then Yahovah spoke to Moshe, saying, Again you shall say to the children of Israel, Whoever of the children of Israel, or of the strangers who dwell in Israel, who gives of his descendants to Molech, he shall surely be put to death. The people of the land shall stone him with stones. I will set my face against that man, and will cut him off from his people, because he has given of his descendants to Molech, to defile my sanctuary and profane my holy name. And if the people of the land should in any way hide their eyes from the man, when he gives of his descendants to Molech, and they do not kill him, then I will set my face against that man and against his family, and I will cut him off from his people, and all who prostitute themselves with him to commit harlotry with Molech. And the person who turns to mediums and familiar spirits to prostitute himself with them, I will set my face against that person and cut him off from his people. Consecrate yourselves, therefore, and be holy, for Ani, Yahovah Elohechem, and you shall keep my statutes and perform them. Ani Yahovah, who sanctifies you. For everyone who curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. He has cursed his father or his mother. His blood is upon him. The man who commits adultery with a man's wife, he who commits adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adulterer and the adulteress, shall surely be put to death. The man who lies with his father's wife has uncovered his father's nakedness. Both of them shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. If a man lies with his daughter-in-law, both of them shall surely be put to death. They have committed perversion. Their blood is upon them. If a man lies with a male, as he lies with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. If a man marries a woman and her mother, it is wickedness. They shall be burned with fire, both he and they, that there may be no wickedness among you. If a man mates with an animal, he shall surely be put to death, and you shall kill the animal. If a woman approaches any animal and mates with it, you shall kill the woman and the animal. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood is upon them. If a man takes his sister, his father's daughter, or his mother's daughter, and sees her nakedness, and she sees his nakedness, it is a wicked thing, and they shall be cut off in the sight of their people. He has uncovered his sister's nakedness. He shall bear his guilt. If a man lies with a woman during her sickness and uncovers her nakedness, he has exposed her flow, and she has uncovered the flow of her blood. Both of them shall be cut off from their people. You shall not uncover the nakedness of your mother's sister, nor of your father's sister, for that would uncover his near of kin. They shall bear their guilt. If a man lies with his uncle's wife, he has uncovered his uncle's nakedness. They shall bear their sin. They shall die childless. If a man takes his brother's wife, it is an unclean thing. He has uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless. You shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments and perform them, that the land where I am bringing you to dwell may not vomit you out. You shall not walk in the statutes of the Goy, which I am casting out from before you. For they commit all these things, and therefore I abhor them. But I have said to you, you shall inherit their land, and I will give it to you to possess, a land flowing with milk and honey. Ani Yahovah Elohechem, who has separated you from the peoples. You shall therefore distinguish between clean animals and unclean, between unclean birds and clean. And you shall not make yourselves abominable by beast, or by bird, or by any kind of living thing that creeps on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. And you shall be holy to me, for I, Yahovah, am holy, and have separated you from the peoples, that you should be mine. A man or a woman who is a medium, or who has familiar spirits, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood is upon them. Thanks for joining us. The Haftorah portions are here. There's an Ashkenazi and a Sephardic separation. The Ashkenazi is Amos 9, 7 through 15, and the Sephardi Haftorah portion is Ezekiel 22 through 20. Thank you for joining us. Shavua Tov. Have a blessed week, and see you next week.